JSS Pulinanandji. Three mantra, others will follow.
Namo Vitragaya.
Namo Vitragaya.
Namo Arihantanam.
Namo Arihantanam.
Namo Siddhanam.
Siddhanam.
Namo Ayariyanam.
Namo Ayariyanam.
Namo Vajjayanam.
Namo Vajjayanam.
Namo Loe Savasahunam.
Namo Loe Sava Sahunam.
Eso Panchanamukaro.
Eso Panchanamukkaro.
Sauvabhava Panasano.
Savapavappanasano.
Manglananja Suvesen.
Mangalanam cha Savesam.
Padamam Havai Mangalam.
Paramam Havai Mangalam.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya.
Jai Satchidanand.
Jai Satchidanand.
JSS
Jai Satchidanand.
Okay. Anybody question? JSS Dr. Lalita Ben, you can share some of those. Dr. Radhevai, in the meantime, we'll get some questions.
Oh, I don't know where to start. Jai Satchidanand.
It doesn't matter.
But
Actually, the best part of program Vignani is such, you start from anywhere, it brings you to the center.
Yes. There's one thing I wanted to share. Let me just pull that up. Dada says, he's talking about Radhibhai is asking, where is the Atma in the body? So Dadaji says Atma is in the whole body. It's like a hand fitting a glove. It is the owner and all the others are sitting on top. So from where did these gunas come of Krodh, Maya, Lobh? He said they're neither qualities of soul or matter. Where did they arise? So Dr. Radhi says from the ego. Then Dada is explaining about Ahankar, Mamta and all this. And then he gives the example of the sun producing a mist over the water, Next, then explains that. Then he says this is all scientific, just like rust on iron. And this is what really just floored me. He says, Dr. Radhi says, yes, it is scientific. So Dadaji says, how can all this come out in books? What is written in books only captures 25%. Truth cannot come out in words. The real cannot be translated in words which are gross, and the real is subtle. So how does one attain knowledge? It says, go to Jnani. Books only capture 25%, and the goal cannot be accomplished. Jnani is above the four Vedas. What does reading the four Vedas say? This is not that. This is not that. Neti neti, go to a Jnani. And Jnani tells you that this is that. Understood? It is scientific. Akram Vignan is scientific, absolutely scientific. There is no need for a more detailed explanation. And the beautiful thing is, so Dr. Adi says, what should one do to experience the blissful feeling of the Atma? Dada says that requires you staying with us. That was just so beautiful. I just wanted to share that even the Vedas only capture 25%. That the rest can only come from a Jnani.
Pulinanandji. throw some light on this
Uh,
importance of Gnani and how are the scriptures
I didn't
useful?
read
How
it in
do these?
Hindi, but if I just put the English version of it. दादा ने हिंदी में बात की है.
Pulinanandji.
हाँ नहीं बस ये तो this is very true and the basic thing that only a gnani, the truth, that means the real aspect, the soul or the aspect, uh, is a matter of experience, and that experience
Yes.
can come only from an experienced person. The moment even Dada used to even say that moment we speak it becomes jad, it becomes gross.
Uh-huh.
This experience is experience. I may describe, for example, I've gone to Kashmir or say Switzerland, and then I will. That's my experience. How I saw the Mount Alps or this thing, and when I put it in words, someone will just try to understand from the words, but he cannot get the experience. The experience.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
I think Dada is trying to convey that to the Radheji, that it will only come from the experienced person. The experience of the soul will come from the
Uh-huh.
experienced person, and Vedas only are able to capture it, the words part of it or the descriptive part of it as spoken. So
Yes.
that is that 25% part of it. That you get an indicator of what the soul is or what the real is, how it is separate from the real is.
Exactly.
It only is the
And
indicator
the
that
depth of it.
they
The
come out of these gross, mindness that I am the body and I am the
mm-hmm.
doer. That is all Vedas try to just tell people. That true
Mm-hmm.
happiness is not in the worldly happiness or five sense happiness, but true happiness is in yourself. And come to yourself. It's a board or an indicator that yes, this is the direction of true happiness, and that can only come. It's like this is sugar and the sugar is sweet and all. It's like papaya or whatever. But what is that sweetness will only come from a gnani. So the gross
Yes.
explanation is in the Vedas, which Dada says is about 25%, and true
I
bliss
mean,
of.
people swear by the Vedas that they hang their everything on it. And when it was just eye-opening, the other says that's only 25% of the truth. It
Mm-hmm.
was just mind-blowing.
Mm-hmm. True.
Jai Sachidanand.
JSS.
Just to elaborate what Dada has said,
Mm-hmm.
that these scriptures are not written by the enlightened ones, but those who were on the path, what they experienced, the progress in the path, but they didn't reach the destination. And since the true or ultimate experience of that absoluteness is beyond words, so if you and beyond intellect, so all this analysis, which is so nicely given in all the scriptures, not to name any scripture, but all the scriptures, they have given direction. That's why it is said, after reading the scriptures, it says, this is not that. And if you want to know that, go to Gnani.
Jnani.
So nicely Dada is elaborated. But the best part, that Dada could bring out this ultimate answer towards self realization, or how can one become absolute, or how one can get liberated, is ultimate. Just imagine the kind of education what he passed through, but his level. So we can understand, as what Dada has said, that he uh, got acquainted to and he sat with all the Tirthankaras of this half cycle, and he has, for him, even he didn't expected such a state to get opened where he could elaborate, he could share his experience, at the same time he could not inside, instill his experience into others. And that's how we are experiencing that same divinity, that same absoluteness in principle, but because of our limited or limitations of the relative part, which is not of that stature as of Dada Bhagwan. That's why he said, what I have cleansed myself in generations, you will have to cleanse this in one life. That is the power of Akram Vidya, what he has given to us. And that's it. Because for me, it was step by step, I cleared myself. But for you, that limitation is not there. So here we can understand that how out of mere exception, and that's what he related that as the 11th wonder. 10 miracles are explained in the scripture, but it is the 11th miracle which has happened,
Yes,
wherein one gets elevated to that state of absoluteness simply out of the grace of the enlightened one and of this level. So it is a wonderful thing where he has clarified that all these scriptures are meant to explain the absolute, and at the end, intellectual analysis of the absolutes. But finally, that last pattern which everyone is seeking of absoluteness can only be acquired through a living, experienced person who has reached that absoluteness and is with us. Because the level of absoluteness what Tirthankara has experienced and achieved, they, it is you have to get elevated to that level. Whereas Dada, he came down to us and uplifted us. My
exactly.
God, how there is no way we can repay that. The only thing is that our utter humility and total unconditional surrender only will open the same experience what he experienced. Thank you, Dr. Lalita Ben. It was a great thing, but so nicely it has come out. And for us, what Dada has given us, we can understand and start living that vision.
Mm-hmm.
Jai Satchidanand.
Jai Sachidanand.
Okay, Dr. Kashipji?
Yes, yes, Sachin. Few things. First of all, this which we have said that go to Gyani. Have you found the exact place where it is saying?
In the book,
No, in the actual source where it is saying. From where the source is there that it
No,
is written.
I think in the Vedas it says go to Jnani.
So, but
I don't know which, I couldn't tell you which book from that, but
yeah,
they only point in that direction, and I'll defer it to the Aptapatras.
oh, Pulinanandji,
No, you can tell.
see, actually, Dada analyzed all the scriptures and he found out what is the ultimate you can acquire from these scriptures are it clarifies, pinpoint clearly what you are seeking, what you are searching is not here. This is not that. But that is also a great achievement. It's a great uh, thing because until you reach that level, you will not look for a living person. So here Dada has said, go to Nani.
yeah. So what I
Because
understand is that
scriptures are not written by enlightenment because they will not write.
yeah.
It's not that they don't want to write. It was words. Okay, let me explain you one thing what Dada has said. He said, what the absolutes experienced and to what people asked them to understand what is that absoluteness. Then he said, because that state of experience of that absoluteness, omniscience, it says it is beyond words. Now, that which is beyond words, which cannot be expressed through words, we are seeking that in words. How is it going to come? So, first thing is that. And then what he said that you can understand or travel and reach to that state of, how do you call that, a Sakshi Bhav, witnessing state. That witnessing state through intellectual analysis and the state of absolute knowledge is beyond intellect, and which is such a baton, one who has reached and acquired that state beyond intellect and has experienced and has got that ability to pass on that baton. That's what Dada Bhagwan came as a great divine instrument of Akram Vignani, absolute scientist in at this state, and we were benefited through his grace and blessings that we got the same baton.
Actually,
So,
yes.
yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, actually, I've tried to find, but what I found is that Bhagavad Gita has the words Jnani and is talking about the Jnani.
Yes,
So what
yes,
I understood is that actual words are not there, like go to Jnani, but
correct,
the gist is there. That take the the actual words are not there, but it is saying the same thing what Dadaji is saying.
correct. Now just imagine,
Mm.
he said, Lord Krishna said in his Gita Jnana, Gita knowledge, in his Gita Ji, surrender unto me.
Yes, yes.
So all that elaboration for Karma Yoga, what that Bhakti Yoga and Gnan Yoga. But for the Gnan Yoga, you need those feet to surrender. Where are those feet? So if someone is very sharp, he will say if you have to surrender to get away with your egoism, then you need those feet to surrender. And where are those feet? Those are the feet of the enlightened one.
Mm.
And Dada has so, uh, how do you say that? So nicely he has made us surrender through that
Yeah, correct.
mind, speech, body, bhav, karma, no karma, dravya karma. I surrender unto the lotus feet of the enlightened one. Just imagine, and that's how all our ignorance was put at his feet. He made us do that,
Yes,
correct?
yeah,
So, uh, in all scriptures, even Srimad Rajchandraji talked about, look out for that living, enlightened person, Gnani Purush, and he's the one who can uplift
mm,
your level of consciousness to that pure consciousness state. That is
yes,
Shuddhatma state, pure soul state. That's the beauty of it. Yeah,
yeah,
Pulinanandji?
But you're right. You see, basically, the starting point was the scriptures is only 25% of the whole thing. And what I feel is, scriptures are just the written down things of enlightened persons. It could be Gita based on Lord Krishna, it could be Agam based on Lord Mahavira, it could be Vedas, or it could be Srimad Rajchandra's, these things. So when Dada is trying to say 25%, what I understand is that all that is only description of the consciousness. ચેતનત્વ જે ચેતન ભાગ છે આત્મા છે the consciousness છે liveness. Scriptures contain the description part of it. The experience part of it is with a enlightened person or a experienced gnani, So that's all Dada is trying to say, that description of consciousness is in the scriptures, but the experience is with the enlightened person. So that's the gist of this thing.
The same thing what Dada said, that how does the sugar taste? Then that description part is all there. But still, what is that sweetness? Someone, you need someone who will put that piece of sugar into your mouth, and now you will not ask. You say, that's how the sugar is,
Yes.
right?
Correct. And one more I would like to ask that
Yes.
a few days back, this one part and before that, Dadaji's speech came that he was telling about that they used to go to Aurangabad when they were used to go to Aurangabad, then they used to go to the mosque, and so and they used to preach means not means used to interact with the people there and tell about Dada Bhagwan and all. So he was talking about the Putra. So can you please tell about that experience? How means he was selling that they used to become happy, when they used to say that yeah Allah Parvardigar. Then and there's also a full pad also of Kaviraj that Konia Karamat che. This part is there, which I try to understand. So, yeah. So, but your experience about that, how and what you did exactly, that can you please throw more light on that?
Well, I can share my one personal experience.
Yes.
I happened to be in that Aurangabad Shibir, the last one, I think way back in 1981. And during those 7 days or so, one evening, other night, he said, "Come on, let us all go to the masjid." So we all went to the masjid, and it was his protocol. Whenever he used to go, he would adopt follow all their norms. So everybody covered their head with the handkerchief, and then entered that main this thing, and then and said that pod, Ya Allah Parvardikar, the Konya Karamacha, that is. So he would always blend with the norms of that particular this thing. So in the masjid, he would blend with the protocol of the dress, head covering, then speaking about Allah, not about anything else. And that's how the Maulvi or that priest or whoever would be happy and he would welcome and all that. And one particular experience at that particular time was there was Ramesh Bhai Parikh of Ahmedabad, who was Sampati of Ahmedabad, and he was a very noble person, a very pious person, did a lot of bhakti and all. And then Mataji and all would come to him on and off. So at that time, in his body, Sai Baba had come and he spoke in Hindi that मेरे बच्चों इनको मत छोड़ना ये ज्ञानी पुरुष है, and a few words like that. So that was a bit of an experience of my Aurangabad stuff over there. Essentially, why Dada Bhagwan would take to masjid and all, because on an average, we have a slight amount of abhav towards the Muslim community, towards because of whatever the external behaviors we see by some other people. So to remove that hatred or to remove that abhav, tiraskar, abhav, he used to deliberately, intentionally take, come on, let's go over there, let's pray, let's do that, so that your dislike for that religion goes away. The main purpose was that if we want to become total vitrag, then we have to become total nispakshpati, unbiased towards all religions or all faiths and all spiritual masters of their various faiths. So to remove that particular dislike for the Muslim religion, intentionally he would take over there, practice it, show that how he is Vitrak. He would demonstrate it by himself. Come on, let's follow their norms. Let us praise them. Let's listen. So automatically our dislike for that thing goes away, and we go towards Vitrakta, the total Vitrakta that is. And it was also evident in his other behaviors, which I have personally seen, that when he was traveling from in Bombay, that is, from the venue of the Satsang, which was at Dadar, and returning back to, say, Santa Cruz, where he would stay put. On the way, masjid used to come. On the way, at Mahim, the church used to come. Then some dargah would come. So everywhere, he would politely fold his hands like this and do namaskar to those particular Dev Devis or those installed deities over there, So Dadaki, we may follow everywhere, but we do not miss our Vinay. We do not miss our humbleness towards all the other religions and all the other installed temples and mosques and churches. That he would always do, which I have personally seen a number of times, and all of the Buddhas have seen for that matter. So that was his inner belief, which was demonstrated by his external actions, which was a learning for us that this is how, if a Gnani, although he was on the pinnacle of religion, there was nothing he did not know, did not need to understand, touched Keval Gnan and come back very close to Tirthankaras. For him, he's at the pinnacle of spiritualism, but still, in worldly matters, he was humble. He respected the others, the other religions, the other deities, the other founders of the religions. And that Dada said, this is necessary. This is necessary for us because we should not get egoistic. Oh, I have got the pure soul, I have the best thing, and others don't have it. No. So that we remain humble, we have the pleasure of our true, whatever true self realization we have got, but we remain humble towards others also, which is a crux. Because every religion is a standard, just as a school has grades, say grade 1, grade 2, till 10th standard or SSC. Similarly, in the religious or the spiritual path, these are various grades. Various religions are various grades, which are necessary for people of appropriate spiritual development. So be humble, respect whatever they are preaching, and move on. So to remain humble and respect the other religions, that was the key thing, of folding hands, and specifically would take to the mosque, because that was one religion where a little bit of more of dislike is there vis-a-vis other Hindu religions. So to erase that dislike, he used to do that. And as one other thing, just on the sidelines, even in Jatra, whenever we go to various, say, Krishna Bhavan temple or Jain temple or wherever, one of the purpose of visiting these places is to remove whatever viradnas we would have perhaps done in our previous births towards those religions, by going over there, by paying obeisance, and by asking for forgiveness for any viradnas we may have done in the past births or this birth. We erase all those viradnas also. So, knowingly or unknowingly, in case we have done viradna for the Muslim religion, that also gets erased. We need to square off and erase all that thing if we have to reach Keval Gnan. Because Keval Gnan means absolute Vitarata, absolute, Abheta. So the other side purpose of visiting other religious temples, or mosque or churches. Church, to I have not seen much, but religious places, I would say, religious places of worship, is to remove the viradnas, apart from removing the dislike for those things. So that was a very important side requirement of attaining total vitaragta. He would do it, demonstrate, and tell us this is the way you should do it. So this is my little bit of experience of Aurangabad mosque visit. Jai Sachidanand.
Yes, Satya.
Sachidanand, Doctor, I will just try to say one thing, that such hands-on experience of Dada Bhagwan, being with him, seeing him, it's a great education for everyone, and especially when we get to hear such direct experience, it helps us, it opens our insight that talking about impartiality and living that impartiality is totally different. The way Pulinanandji so nicely elaborated how Dada used to express his humility, his reverence, his worship, and that's how he has revealed certain facts that all the different religions are no compartments. These are different standards, different grades, and we at that level of grade or level of elevation or how much you have gained is measured through the level of non-violence you follow and live, not you talk. What you live is very important. And that's how he has also said that these are different standards. And now that we got elevated into this state of experience, it's you have come through that. Now that you are here, they are also going to come here ultimately. So that it is what it has so he has so nicely explained all these religions, and any slightest indifference towards any individual, any belief, any faith, any religion breaks our level of impartiality, and that's how we cannot reach that state of absoluteness, that perfection which we all are seeking, which is the ultimate experience of bliss, what he has said. So, um,
Not yet.
I
Okay.
think Rajni Bhai has come, so Deepak Bhai has got disconnected or what? Deepakanandji has got disconnected, Rajni Bhai.
Oh,
Yeah,
we,
yeah. No, he's
doc-
coming. Ah.
doctor, who called? Doctor,
okay,
let me
Miraben has to do.
you
Miraben?
kicked me out. You know that? You don't have to switch, you have to join. Did you hear that?
Yes, 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 I know.
You don't have to switch. If you switch, then the other person get kicked
it,
out, like
it,
me, how you
it,
kicked
it,
me out.
it doesn't come switch, it's to join
No,
in
but then
my.
even I joined, but I don't kick you
Okay,
out.
okay,
Don't,
let's go
because
to.
it breaks. See, so the Dada has explained 6 types of God. Now this is where we have to
हमारा टाइटल से
understand
नहीं
what
नहीं जाओ दे you carry on only thing your titles have got your description has got interchange Rajni Bhai is after वो Deepakanand
that's what.
anyway you carry on वो minor चीज है you
So
carry on
the
with your
way Dada,
experience
the way Dada has explained 6 types of God, 6 types of blood, all these relates to different level of development which humanity passes through, undergoing or following this religion and religious belief. So these beliefs are nothing to do with any partition. No one is permanently into any religion. The moment he reaches and perfect that religion, like how you perfect standard 1, you go to standard 2, you go to standard 3, that's how one develops. So these are the 6 types of level, you can say. And that's how, because he was at the center. And what he has said, anybody who wants to reach the center, when I talk with him, I come to know where he stands. And from there, he guides him toward the center. So for him, he's a universal master. Center, one who is at the center is a universal master. And that's how he has lived his life, portrayed himself as a living example that he had no indifference towards any belief, any religion. So that's a wonderful, and that living example was in Aurangabad, which was it just happened. And luckily, Kaviraj wrote that part also, that how for whoever who seeks liberation. Doesn't matter what religion he follows, which faith he follows, but Dada is the solution because that's Allah who is not a physical being, God who is not a physical being, but gets manifested in humans at this level. That's why here in Hinduism or you can say Jainism, they refer like man, human becomes God. The same thing because of the temperament of that prakriti of that for religion, religious following. Christianity has revealed the same thing. The messenger as Son of God. Jesus Christ was Son of God. The same thing in Islam has come out as Prophet Muhammad, who was messenger of God. So this is what it is. In principle, Allah, God, is the pure soul living within us, but which is totally separate from the body. That's how the relative gets elevated and reaches that state of perfection wherein that it says God personified.
Right.
That's what it is.
Yes.
Jai
Yes.
Sachidanand.
Yes.
Jai Sachidanand, Meera. Okay. Ready,
Jai
I can take over.
Jai
No, no,
Sachidanand
you,
Pulinanandji, Jai Sachidanand Deepakanandji, Jai Sachidanand Rajni Kaka, and all Mahatmas, Jai Sachidanand. I
Jai
have a quick
Sachidanand.
question. I have a quick question regarding all of that we've been talking today. I know that there are, well, based on what Dada has said, there are 14 lokas, right? 14 um, universes, right?
Lokas, correct.
Lokas, 14 lokas and 184 lakh species. That is what Dada is saying.
No,
Uh,
1400,000.
huh?
84 lakh, 84 lakh.
84
84
lakhs.
lakh.
Okay.
84 lakh. So, Dada, so all 14 lokas, 80, all are controlled by Vyavasthit. That is correct. And Dada visiting in this loka, in this time frame, in this janma, was also based on Vyavasthit, or is he also simultaneously visiting all the other lokas at the same time or different times? That is my question.
So can you just elaborate the last part of the question?
So we have had the blessing of experiencing Dada in this janma, in this loka, in this time. But simultaneously or otherwise, is he also present in all the other lokas or only in this one?
Okay, yeah, I got it.
Ah,
See, the
mm,
idea, what Dada has said
mm,
in his quest of knowing the truth
mm,
and the absolute truth and the
mm,
path,
mm,
his enthusiasm and I mean, he wanted to know what is what. So he
uh.
said, I did all those things to reach there. So he
Mm,
said, I became the highest of angels, called
correct.
Aham Indra. So it is at such a highest level of
Mm,
the universe, wherein he says the Siddhashetras where all the liberated souls reside. He says he can see it like that all the liberated souls are there, but he cannot reach there. So to
uh,
reach there, he has to come to human form, clear all the karmas, and that's how he can get ascended to Siddhakshetra.
mm,
Same way, he went to the seventh hell, the ultimate
mm,
suffering.
mm,
Then what people are talking about hell, hell, hell. So he says he went through the seventh hell and
mm,
experienced the agony of that suffering. So he
mm,
said that is also suffering. In human form, he says he became Chakravarti, the anonymous singular king of the whole region. But he says there also there is fear and there is suffering. He became, so all this highest form he passed through, and that's why he has traveled all over.
Mm.
There
Mm.
is nothing in this world, in this universe, which he doesn't know.
Mm.
He has known, he has experienced all those suffering. And that's why and apart from all that, to fulfill this quest, he says, I sat with all the Tirthankaras.
Mm.
And he got to know the, the core knowledge and understanding from all these 24 Tirthankaras. And that's why he said that he has answers to every question.
Mm. Correct.
May
Okay.
that be anything.
Mm. Mm.
And
Mm.
that's how he
Mm.
is such a universal person, universal God, we can say, manifested in human form, who can direct anybody, any
Mm.
faith, any religion to reach to that highest state of experience. And this is where we all got benefited. So he could, not that, but because he has traveled, like
Mm. Mm.
just imagine,
Mm.
I want to travel certain places in America, and you have probably traveled at several places. So if I come and ask you anything about X,
Mm.
Y, or Z,
Mm.
yes, it is like this, it is like this,
Mm.
like that.
Mm. Mm.
I had been there because
Mm.
that is your first-hand experience.
Mm. Correct.
In the same way, although Dada was here, he
Mm.
had first-hand experience of all those
Mm.
life forms.
Mm.
And apart from that, because of his immaculate vision,
Mm.
the other things got illumined in his enlightened state. So that's why I used to say, I'm seeing it and telling you. Not that I
Mm.
have read something or
Correct.
heard something.
Correct.
This was his beauty. It was such
Correct.
a unique miracle, ultimate miracle of the time. And we all got benefited. When I say we, the world got benefited.
Mm.
Jai Satchidanand.
Jai Satchidanand.
I think that's true. Basically, you see, he had touched
Mm.
Keval Gyan, and so he had seen everything. So
Ah.
based on all that his vision, his
Yeah.
experience, he said that he said, I know everything. I've traveled all over.
Mm. Mm.
At one place, he says, there is not a single Parmanu in this entire universe. આખા
Yes.
બ્રહ્માંડમાં એક પણ પરમાણુ નથી જેમાં હું ગયો નથી એમ. So he has, it has in his divine vision or in his divine vision light, everything has been enlightened or lightened upon. So everything he has seen that way. Physically, he was present here, but then he has, in his vision, he has traveled all over and seen everything.
Mm. Mm.
Based on that, he is described 84 lakh yoni and the Chaudlok and things like that. Chaudlok spiritual planes.
Ah.
In his
So.
vision, yes. And maybe his past experience also, in his
Mm.
previous birth, he just traveled among all the 14 planes or whatever maybe. So past experience and divine vision of this birth where it is totally unveiled. Kevad Gnan he touched, Kevad Darshan he was there. So based on that, he says, anything you ask and I can
Ayo.
describe the whole thing as if it's there live in front of me. You could describe the conversation of Lord Krishna and Arjuna. You
Yeah.
would describe events from Lord Rama, events from Lord Mahavira, as if they're unfolding in front of him.
Yes.
So that was
Yes.
the beauty of his divine.
And that is the Keval Jnana, where you can, in that experience, you are past, present, future, everything you
You can
experience,
see. You can see. You
you
can
can
see.
see.
Yeah.
Because Lalli auntie and I were having this conversation, or others doing the satsang, about how what normal humans think as a jnana or as moksha is not the jnana, the Keval Jnana that Dadaji is saying. This is Dadaji, this is the Keval Jnana, everything you know and see. Whereas in humans, when they think of moksha, they think of samadhi or they think of something, it's a happiness and a bliss and a, this and that and all this stuff. But Dadaji is saying it is happiness, it is sukh, all good things, everything, and knowing and seeing everything all the time and knowing it. Understood. Okay. Now I feel like we are just so blessed. I'm saying with utmost humility, but I'm saying I'm so blessed. So thank you. All Vyavasthit, all the circumstances, everything. Jai Sachidanand. Because if you think about that percentage in a human way, I'm trying to understand the percentage of when this type of happening can happen to touch all the people that he has touched. It is this words cannot describe, right? Human words cannot describe. So Jai Sachidanand. Thank you, Pulinanandji. Thank you, Deepakanandji. Thank you.
Basically, he described in his divine spiritual or soul vision, and what we are understanding moksha is through our intellectual vision. So that's the
Correct.
difference. That's the difference.
Correct. But thank you. Thank you. That's what. Thank you. Jai Sachidanand.
Deepakanandji?
We are not able to understand certain things is because we have those negative opinions about different things. And that is the biggest obstacle. He had freed himself from all opinions. So that's how he said his mind was free from all diseases. And that diseases is because of the opinions what we have for different things. His mind was totally free from opinion. That's how they are called nirgrant, free from all kind of knots. Nirgrant. And we are in the process of making it. So that's how, for him, everything was clean and neat, point blank. He would say, I'm seeing things as it is. We are not able to see things as they are because of our own limitations of opinion. When I have any opinion about Meera, I am not able to understand Meera as she is. Those opinions block my vision, meaning block my understanding, and I'm unable to know Meera. And that's how I have clash, I have differences with Meera.
Yes.
That's what.
Yes.
Jai Sachidanand.
Deepakanand, since we just had a brief discussion about 6 religions, you mentioned. So this is between me and Deepakanand.
Please go ahead.
He mentioned about that 6 religions, which I also have a rough idea. The first was Christianity, second was Muslim, third and fourth on hold I'm keeping. Fifth was Dada Bhagwan as the Bhagwan, and sixth was Tirthankaras. Third and fourth was, I think, Swaminarayan and Lord Krishna.
Correct. Third. Fourth is Mahatma.
Mahatma and Krishna Bhagwan, both ke
No. Fourth is Mahatma.
And third?
Third is Lord Krishna.
Because at two places he has said two different things, So I was just wanting to know.
No. The fourth one is Mahatma, fifth is Gnani Purush, and sixth is Tirthankara. That is his state.
That is true. So third you would put as Lord Krishna and fourth as Mahatma.
Yes, I mean, that's the best because I heard from him straight away.
Okay, okay.
Even if you analyze, then it gives us a lot of answers. Clarification.
Yeah, okay. Time is up. Time is up.
Jai Sachidanand, time is up.
Jai
So I don't know
Sachidanand.
who is doing the three mantra.
Deepakanand.
I'll do. Jai Sachidanand.
Deepakanandji.
Namo Vitragai.
Namo Vitragai.
Namo Vitragai.
Namo Arihantanam.
Namo Arihantanam.
Siddhanam.
Namo
Siddhanam.
Ayariyanam.
Namo Ayariyanam.
Namo Vatsayanam.
Namo Vajrayanam.
Vajrayanam.
Savasahanam.
Namo Loi Sabba
Namo
Sahunam.
Sahunam.
Eso Panchanamukaro.
Eso
Eso
Panchanamukaro.
Panchanamukaro.
Avapanasanam.
Avapavappanasana.
Kalanam cha Savesing.
Mangalam cha Savesam.
Havai Mangalam.
Paramam
Om
Havai Mangalam.
Namo
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Vasudevaya.
Shivaya.
Om Namah
Om
Shivaya.
Namah Shivaya.
Jai Satchidanand.
Jai Satchidanand.
Jai Satchidanand. Jai Satchidanand. Deepakanji.
Jai Satchidanand.
Pulinanandji.
Jai
Jai
Satchidanand.
Litaben.
Deepakanandji,
Satchidanand.
Lalli
Deepakanandji.
Aunty Kashimji, Rajnikaka, Jai
Meeraben.
Satchidanand,
Krishna.
Jai Satchidanand.
Keshabai.
Jai
Jai
Satchidanand.
Satchidanand. Meera. Jai
Jai
Satchidanand.
Satchidanand.
Jai Satchidanand.
Jai Sachin, everybody.
Jai
Deepak.
Jai
Satchidanand.
Satchidanand.
Jai Sachin, Deepak. Jai Sachin.
Bye.